Mahaparivachanam. The garden was something of a privilege and a luxury. Uncle and I walked to the garden while Rekha took a nap. He settled himself on a bench while I looked around. It was a miniature forest with a large kitchen garden of carrots, okra, fenugreek, and spinach, each segregated neatly into the sections. A few sugarcane stalks shone brightly in front of us while a dwarf papaya tree heavy with fruit stood in a corner, and the other end was a line of maize, as well as flowering trees such as the parijata, the Indian coral tree, and dresses of varying colors. Uncle and auntie must be spending a lot of time here making this place beautiful, I thought. All the trees and plants seemed healthy, almost as if they are happy to be here. Do you think that all the vegetables we have around us are from India, or are they from other countries? He asked out of the blue. I felt as if I was back in school in front of my teacher, but I was not scared, even if I gave him a wrong answer. It was not going to affect my progress report. Of course, uncle, India has the largest population of the vegetarian, so in time we have learned to make different kinds of vegetarian dishes. Even people who eat meat avoid it during traditional events such as festivals, weddings, death anniversaries, and the month of Shravana. I agree with your assessment of everything, except the most vegetables are grown in India. The truth is that the majority of our vegetables are not ours at all. They have come from different countries. I stared at him in disbelief. He pointed to a tomato plant, a creeper with multiple fruits tied to a firm bamboo stick. Look at this. Is this an Indian vegetable? I thought of tomato soup, tomato rasam, tomato bath, tomato flavored rice, sandwiches, and chutney. Of course it is. We use it every single day. It is an integral part of Indian cuisine. Uncle smiled. Well, the tomato did not originate in India, but in Mexico. It made its way to Europe in 1554. Since nobody tomatoes eat over there at the time, they become ornamental plants because of the beautiful deep red color. At some point, there was a belief in Europe that it was good for curing infertility, while some thought that it was poisonous. The contradicting perspective made it difficult for this fruit to be incorporated into the local diet for a long time. Its lack of value must have been a real push for initiating Spain's tomato festival, where millions of tomatoes are used every year to this day. The story goes that one business-savvy European surrounded his tomato plants with a sturdy, thick fence to show his neighbors that the fruits were not poisonous, but rather valuable and thus desirable. Gradually, the fruits reached India and began to be used as a commercial crop. Thanks to its tempting color and taste, it must have come to us during the reign of the British. But today, we not think of cooking without tomatoes. Wow, I thought out loud. I said, Uncle, tell me about any essential item that is used in cooking, but it's not ours. Come on, try and guess. We simply cannot cook without this particular vegetable. I closed my eyes and thought of sambar, the essential South Indian dish, and the matar paneer, typical of the North Indian cuisine. It took me a while to think of a common ingredient, the chili. I brushed my thought away. No, there is no way that the chili can be imported vegetable. There can be no Indian food without it, I thought. Uncle looked at me. You are right, it's a chili. He explained almost as if he had read my mind. How did you know? Because people never fail to be shocked when they think of the possibility that chili could be from another country. I can see it clearly on their faces when the wheels turn inside their head. My disbelief was obvious. How could we cook without chilies? It is as important as salt in Indian cooking. There are many stories and multiple theories about chilies, Uncle said. When Vasco da Gama came to India, he came from Portugal via Brazil and brought many seeds with him. Later, Marco Polo and the British came to India. These many more plant seeds arrived. The truth is that we call indigenous is not really ours. Think of chilies, capsicum, corn, groundnut, cashews, beans, potato, papaya, pineapple, custard apple, guava, and spirulina. They're all from South America. Over time, we indigenized them and learned how to cook them. Some say that the chili came from the country of the same name, while some others say it came from Mexico. According to the theory, black pepper was an ingredient traditionally used in India to make our food and spicy. Some scholars believe that the sole goal of the East India Company was to acquire a monopoly over India's pepper trade, which later ended in India's colonization. But when we began using chilies, we found that it tasted better than black pepper. To give you an example, we refer to black pepper as the kalu menasu in Canada. We give a similar name to the chili and call it menace in Kai. In Hindi, it is frequently referred to as a mirchi. In the war between black pepper and chili, the farmer Laz and chili established itself as a new prince and continues to rule the Indian food industry even today. North Karnataka is famous for its red chilies now. That much I do know, uncle. I closed my eyes and had a vision of my younger days. I remember seeing acres and acres of red chili plants during my childhood. The harvest used to take place during the Diwali season. I remember that Badki district was dedicated to the sale of chilies. I had gone with my uncle one day and was amazed by the mountains of red chilies I saw there. Oh, yes, you are right. Those red chilies are bright red in color, but they are not really hot or spicy. On the contrary, chilies that grow in the state of Andhra Pradesh and the area of Guntur are extremely spicy. They are a little rounded in shape, not as deep red in color, and are called the Guntur chilies. A good cook uses a combination of different kinds of chilies to make the dish delicious and attractive. Now that's what I call indigenous. There were also two other kinds of chilies in our farm. One was a chili called Gandhar or Ravana chili that grows upside down, and the other one, of course, was capsicum. Uncle nodded. Capsicum in India is nothing but green or red to bell pepper in the West. But if you eat one tiny Ravana chili, you will have to sit in the bathroom with your backside in pain and drink many bottles of water for a long, long time. You will have to eat 500 grams of candy, sweets, or chocolates. We both laughed. Hearing the laughter, Rekha's mother came and joined us. Are you folk joking about today's menu? I am sorry that there was not much variety. When I heard that you were coming for lunch, I told uncle to inform you that today's food was going to be bland and that you could come another Sunday. But he said that you are like family and wouldn't mind at all, she said to me. This sparked my interest. Tell me the reason for the bland food, Auntie. We have a method to the madness, I guess. During this anniversaries, we do not use vegetables or spices that have come from other countries. Hence, we use ingredients like fenugreek, black pepper, and cucumber, among others. Our ancestors were scared of using new vegetables and named these imports Vishwamitra Shrishti. This was the first time that I had heard of such a thing. What does it mean? Auntie settled in the makeshift chair under the guava tree. The story goes that there was a king called Trishanku who wanted to go to heaven along with physical body. With his strong penance and powers, the sage Vishwamitra was able to send him to heaven, but the gods pushed him back because they were worried that if should set a precedent for people to come in with their physical bodies, that was not to be allowed. Vishwamitra tried to push Trishanku upwards, but the gods pushed him down, like a game of a tug of war. In the end, Vishwamitra created a new world of Trishanku and called it Trishanku Swarga. He even created vegetables that belong to neither to the earth nor heaven. So, vegetables like eggplant and cauliflower are the creations of the Vishwamitra, which must not be used at a time such as a dear one's death anniversary. Silence fell between us and I pondered over Auntie's story. After a few minutes, I saw Rekha coming towards us with some bananas and oranges and a box of what seemed to be dessert. Come, she said to me, have something. The banana is from our garden and the dessert is made from homegrown ingredients too. You must be, Uncle interrupted. Do you know that we make so many desserts in India that are not original to our country? Appa, tell her the story of Goa and the banana. I really like that one. Rekha said. She smiled as she handed me a banana. Uncle grinned. Please impart some more knowledge. The seeds of Goa came from Goa, he said. So some people say that's how it was named. In Kannada, we call it Peralahannu because we believe that it is originated in Peru, South America. Let me tell you a story. Mahabharata.